Te ashukotaya to no shikatea o ata he shio to ya. Oh, oh, eta no shikatea oto ea. Oto shikatea mo e te shio to ya. Otu shuo tayala. Ishote o. Oh ya to ya ta o ata. And one more time. Otaya ate ato shika ata. Sobora te tichika te ado e tayo mo taya taya oa. Hutosha otoshikita. Good morning. I know I look like a frightful mess this morning, but I was sitting out by a somewhat of a fire and I was like, go live. And I was like, all right, so here I am. Thank you. I don't own the rights to this music, so if you hear it. So this morning I'm going to talk to you about grace. What is grace? Grace is unmerited, unearned. It's those wonderful things that happen to us in our lives that, I know, sorry guys, I just look like a frightful mess, that just happen. And it is like an explosion of faith in our hearts. Those little signs, those little synchronicities that say, you're on the right path, keep going. In my own personal journey, I have had an onslaught of times of anything that could trip me up, whether it's my own thinking, whether it's past filters that are still like remnants of that are hanging on, right? And I have noticed at times that when I get to the end of myself and I'm shaking my fist at heaven and I'm like, what the F? Why is it taking so long to bring about the supernatural, to bring about the wonderful, awesome things that they said that were going to happen? Why is it taking so long? Why? Right? And you get mad, or you just, and it affects your day, it affects the hour, it affects maybe even weeks at a time. Oto ishikatea, no, grandmother singing act protocols. Oto ishikatea ta. So I'm going to set this to the side. Oto ishikatea na, archangels of love and light. Who is willing to cleanse me of my arc field, settling down my energy, tapping into God's source energy in the great I am. Breathe and diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth as she's bubbling with laughter this morning. Whoa, and then back up into the great I am. Thank you. Sending protocols around north, south, east, west. Above is below, as far as east is to the west. Oto shikote atao. Oh man. Oh, sorry. When that happens, it's just like a super duper flow from heaven. That's just like, it's like that effervescent, I don't know, ginger ale, champagne, whatever you want to call it, but it's like, oh man. And if it wasn't for that at times, I don't think I would make it. I'm just being honest with you. They didn't show up. Just in like that aspect of just grace. Grace. You get to the end of yourself. You get to the end of your capability. You get to the end of anything that is recognizable. When we take our focus off these damn things and we go out in nature, whether it's just sitting outside on your porch and just being present, being in the moment, watching the dragonfly come in for a drink of water. They wake me up so early in the morning, and I get to see the evening sky, and all the stars are lit. And then comes the light. And to just sit in observance of how that whole shifting takes place from darkest night and the beautiful sparkling stars. And then there's the beginning of daybreak. And the clouds change colors. And movement will catch your eye, and a flock of the most beautiful birds will fly over. And a butterfly will flit by. Noticing the flowers, the trees, how the light of the daybreak just changes everything. It just being an observant and sitting and breathing. Those days, that's what gets me by. It's that morning time of just utter stillness and quiet, of my heart speaking to the great I am. Some days are just in awe. Some days it's tears of, why haven't you moved? Why haven't you done this? Why? Is something wrong? You know, that whole, you could just hit the tape recorder, right? You could just hit the tape and it's just like, hey, you know, really. And it's just like vomiting. It's just like, you know, you get tired, or I get tired of hearing myself. And like, if I'm complaining and I'm upset about this and why hasn't this changed, it's just like, you ought to go, right? Because you kind of like, you know, enough. Apparently it's going to happen when they deem it. Apparently it's going to happen in their time frame and not mine. When we strive, when we battle it out, or we put it on our boots and I think, oh, if I could just try a little bit harder, if I could just do this, if I could just do that. Well, I've gone through that, and I've experienced that to just utter frustration, because I couldn't make jack shit of anything happen, right? And at times it would be like they were laughing at me, right? It was just like, oh, holy shit. So, you know, you kind of get to the end of yourself, and then what are you going to do? You just laugh. Just utter silliness. Utter just silliness. And then looking around and observing all of nature, all of creation in its utter wonder. And it's like, you know what, if they can handle that, if they can handle that, they can handle me. They can handle my life. I know they hear me. I know they've heard me. I know that they've heard every wish, every desire, and most of them are the ones that they've implanted. They said, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Some things happen like that, right? Some things don't. Some things take, I guess they take longer. I don't know. I think truly, in my heart of hearts, they're waiting on me. They're waiting on me. I'm the one that's holding it up, right? It's having to get past all of the, I can do this, I can do the striving, and then it's the anger, and it's almost like the 5 signs, or and I'm not going to get this right, you know, of grief, right? Of loss, of then the anger, and then denial, and all of those steps of you know, grief. And it's almost like it's like that, because why? It's dying in our flesh, dying to ourselves, and then stepping into the realm of the unknown, hands off, you know, all of the metaphors, all of the word pictures of taking your hands off the steering wheel, just surrendering and letting it go. And then what happens when you do that? Your focus gets so dialed down to observing the butterfly, observing the dragonfly take a drink of water, the squirrel going across the top of the fence, a kitty cat that happens to wander into your yard. It's not your kitty cat, beautiful. But little things like that, and you think, and you could say, Morningstar, you're too simplistic. You're too, you're not diving or delving into ask our command, and you're not doing this, and you're not doing that. Well, hell yeah, I could do that. But right now, it's just me working my humanity out, walking this journey in peace, finding peace. Oh my God. At times, that struggle in and of itself of coming to terms of releasing and letting go. It is a day-to-day process. It is minute. It's just letting go. And in letting go is where you find heaven. You find the spark of the divine. You find in that letting go and the release happening right now. It's funny, trash dump trash truck is going by. Everything is spiritual. It's like, taking out the trash. Just breathe. And if you're watching me, this whole thing from start to finish is a transmission. So if you're watching me, just breathe and receive if you want. There have been times in the past couple of years where I would see, like the higher entities or the aliens and such, they would come and get me and they'd be like, okay. And it's like, yes. And then when it first started happening, I was kind of afraid, like who are these things and what's happening and all that kind of stuff. But now it's kind of like, yes, I run. I'm like, yes, do your work. Yeah, I need this fix. I need this. I need help here. And then just laying there and allowing them as the master surgeons to do inner healing and inner work, whether it's on a physical level or a spiritual or, healing and sealing up some Akashic record stuff. They know what to do. They're the master surgeons. The lighted ones. The lighted beings. Grandma, there's some lighted flame came in, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Raising us up a level. Breathe. Here we go. I'm seeing beautiful lavender and with beautiful darker, deeper purple. That beautiful purple is royalty. It is. I gotta set this down. It's too hot to hold. How? Now the beautiful sky blue and rainbow. And they're doing some work here. Lighted, almost sky blue, breastplate of righteousness. At the end, there's a locking mechanism. Shoring up protection. Sometimes in situations and in life, you're in situations or you're around people and you need to protect your heart. You want to share it so bad, and you want to just meet other people from your tribe and have that community, right? But then there's other times that you're like, just Just protect it. Just shield your heart. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Sometimes, most times, all the time, the heart is the incubator. The heart is the incubator. Everything is birthed from the heart. We think it's here. We think it's the mental capacity to believe and dream. Those desires and dreams are birthed here. And then with the twin heart meditation and the infinity circle, right? The 8 that is never ceasing. It's the things here that are birthed. And then it goes on out. So, if you are in a place of unsettledness, or if you're in a place of fear because you're watching the news, turn it off. Just take a few moments, breathe, and receive the blessings, the auspicious wonder of creativity, of creation. Wow, there's just such beautiful energy coming in. Now it's that aqua blue with that midnight blue energy. I feel it going all the way down front of my legs, down into my ankles, to my feet. Grounding into Middle Mother Gaia Earth. Soborate shikateapa. I'm going to play some music, and this is old school. Alexa, stop. This is old school, and it's called Winds of Worship. And I'm going to invoke a blessing and invite a blessing of peace on your life. That angels would surround you, tenderize your heart again for belief. I don't know, after I start the music, I don't know if I'll come back on and say anything, but I think that that's where I'm going. That's what's going to happen. I don't own the rights to this music. Mine will be turned up all the way, so you can turn yours down. And so it is. Thank you, grandmother. Just join me. Breathe and receive. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. We're stepping in. We're stepping through thresholds right now. Healing for hearts. There's healing energy right now being released. Things are breaking off of us right now. Just breathe and receive this. Our spirits are climbing ever so high. Going back to source. Back to the divine. Reaching through the highest heaven. Starting to release, isn't it? I feel like dancing. That's breakthrough. That's a heart lifting up and surrender. That is breakthrough into the highest heavens. And when you reach that area and you reach that realm, it all dissipates. It all disappears. And it's your heart and spirit talking directly to the divine for healing and wholeness. Just keep breathing and receiving. Wow. Within just, I don't even know how much time has gone by. Thank you. So it's 23 minutes. The glory. And when you enter into that, the glow that takes place, the fire that gets lit again in your heart and in your eyes. My beloveds, nothing compares to that. Nothing. Nothing. Have an awesome day. I love you. I am for you. All is well. Let peace rule and reign in your hearts and in your lives. And let your heart, once again, take courage. Take courage. MorningStar. Peace out.